you'll be excused. So over to you, please.
Thank you very much, Chair. I really appreciate that in many instances we can work in a collaborative fashion to make sure that that we're able to get to the bottom of where we need to get to. Ms. McClelmont, can I just confirm one thing for you? I know that members of the opposition have said this multiple times, referring to the PCO as PMO. Are they the same entity?
Mr. Chair, to clarify, as I mentioned, the Privy Council office is the bureaucratic arm that supports the Prime Minister as his department, and the Prime Minister's office is his direct political ministerial staff that support him directly. So no, we are separate and distinct. It is not a dissimilar kind of construct to a minister's office in supporting a department, if that helps.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to clarify that for the record. Now, I know we've had a lot of conversations today about what it means with conflict of interest in our public institutions within the roles that people of influence hold in terms of how they conduct business and that public perception of what our democracy and what the value of those public institutions is. So, as the same token as we've heard of Ms. Fisheris, like, for example, the leader of the opposition, when he invested in Bitcoin and then used his position for it to become a more powerful currency or a greater value, it's something that sounds like a conflict of interest. Or at the very least, an attempt to influence the market for his own personal gain. Now, using that as an example and using the case before us with SDDC as an example, do you think that the conflict of interest rules are too tight or are they too broad? Do we need to go into what it means, what a conflict of interest is in this day and age?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Chair. I guess I would answer that by saying that we have over 2,000 Governor and Council appointees who live and abide by these rules every single day. And it, as far as I can tell, it functions well generally. And I think that I think we've struck quite a good balance in the current climate of having rules that protects taxpayers and still being able to attract some of the best and brightest in the country to serve the country in full-time and part-time roles across government institutions.
Thank you for that. And I just want to dig a little bit deeper on this. You had before, as we were talking earlier, with respect to that public interest and for engaging and attracting good talent of public service to come and do the hard work that Canadians expect them to. How does that continued diminishing of public institutions and trust in public institutions through various roles of social media or the line of questionings that the opposition goes into, how does that diminish the role that organizations like this play in not only building public trust but also in doing the important work that these organizations are tasked to do?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Chair. I would say that it's tough. People, we know firsthand, anecdotally, that some people who would be perfect for roles are dissuaded because they are concerned about the public profile. It can be a challenge. It can cast a pall, as I said from the outset. That said, though, I think that we also have tens of thousands of people who've applied through our portal who want to serve, who do a good job of serving. And I think, like I said, if it's one thing that could happen today from this conversation, that we get more people applying, I would feel that that's a success.
Thank you very much. And again, I really appreciate your service to our country. And thank you for being here today and for having this conversation with us.